Today, I would like to talk to you about the benefits and risks of investing in renewable energy. We have recently published an in-depth report looking at the global energy sector with a specific focus on renewable energy investment. In this report, we go into great depth on the benefits and risks of investing in renewable energy for retail investors. Today, I would like to briefly cover some of the benefits and risks of the sector. Firstly, we will look at the benefits of the sector. Renewable energy and the energy sector as a whole has been a classic defensive investment, and people have invested in the sector for many years. The first advantage is energy as an inflation hedge. The price of energy will usually increase on an annual basis along with the price of inflation. A number of the investment opportunities in the sector are RPI linked, and basically it means that the energy produced from the project will increase in price on an annual basis along with the rate of inflation. This is particularly key for investors at the moment, as the Bank of England base rate is still at 0.5%, and a number of investments out there do not produce returns of a higher rate than inflation. There is a large amount of government support behind renewable energy, and this has led to a large increase in the size of the sector in recent years. Renewable energy consumption in the UK has increased by over 120% since the start of 2008. The government realises that in order to meet climate change and reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, they need to get behind the industry and really support the industry. And this is particularly important for investors, and will show investors that they have government support behind the projects that they're investing in and give them some security moving forward. The investments in the sector promise to pay very strong returns to investors, but it's extremely important for investors and their advisors to undertake due diligence into each project to ensure that the returns on offer are achievable and realistic. Returns of 6 to 8% per year should be very achievable for the project, but for investments that seem to offer returns of much higher than this, investors should start asking what are the risks involved and are these really achievable. This due diligence is extremely important for investors and advisors for every project they look at. A number of the investments in the sector are backed by government initiatives such as the feed-in tariff scheme, and therefore can pay long-term, consistent returns to investors. The feed-in tariff scheme guarantees a fixed price for electricity produced by the project for up to 20 years. The vast majority of projects in the sector range from 10 to 25 years, and the returns are paid to investors on an annual basis over the term of the investment. There are shorter term investments available, and the choice of where to invest is really up to the investor and their advisor, and work out which investment is more suitable for them. Investors can choose renewable energy projects in a wide range of locations. This includes Australia, Indonesia, South America, North America, and a number of locations throughout Europe. We see though that the vast majority of investments are actually UK based, and they look to take advantage of opportunities in solar power, wind power and general renewable energy projects throughout the UK. Investors can help local communities throughout the UK by investing in these projects, and these investments include local wind farms or solar panels on the roof of local schools. Due to the vast number of locations available, it can be important for investors and their advisors to look at the benefits and risks of each location, but also due to the number of UK locations available, there should be an option that can suit most investors. Obviously, being UK based, the investor can hopefully see where the investment is, see where their money has gone, and see the project in action. Finally, there are a wide range of investment options, and these range from directly held land to investments with a corporate element, collective investment schemes, venture capital trusts, and enterprise investment schemes. Each of these options have different benefits and risks to investors, such as diversification as part of a collective investment scheme, or tax reliefs for investment through venture capital trusts or enterprise investment schemes. Due to there being so many options available, an advisor can add a lot of value to the client relationship here and help the investor to navigate the options available and choose the best option for the investor. As you can see, there are a wide range of benefits to investors of investing in renewable energy projects, but there are also a number of risks involved. We will now cover the risks in some detail. The first major risk is that a number of the investment opportunities are into small startup companies, which by their very nature should be considered particularly risky. This is also a growing sector, and investors should be aware of these risks from the outset. There is, though, government support behind a number of these projects, and this includes the Enterprise Investment Scheme and venture capital trusts, which have tax reliefs in order to stimulate investment into UK-based startup companies. Since the start of 2010, there's been over 41 renewable energy enterprise investment schemes launched and over 4 venture capital trusts. Due to the number of options available, an advisor can really add some value here and help investors to navigate these opportunities and choose the correct route for investment into the sector. There is always the risk with new technology that it may be prone to teething issues, it may break easily, or may not perform as originally expected. There is also the risk that new technology may be developed which is actually better for the job in hand or more efficient. If the technology doesn't work as expected, then less energy may be produced, and then therefore returns to investors may be lower than originally expected. This is one of the key risks involved with the sector, and as it's such a new and developing sector, this is one of the reasons why returns to investors are particularly high. As well as being an advantage, the wide range of locations available can also present a number of risks for investors. This is particularly true with directly held investments, as they tend to be located in exotic locations with the ideal growing conditions for biofuel or green oil crops. The returns from these investments are usually very attractive, but they tend to be located in very risky locations where land is cheap and infrastructure may not be readily available. A number of these investments have actually failed in recent years, and this can be down to poor management, poor forecasting, and in some cases fraudulent activity. Due to the wide range of locations, an advisor can really add some value here and help the investor choose a location that is most suitable for them. So in conclusion, today I have covered a number of benefits that the renewable energy sector can have for investors, but there are also a number of risks involved. Firstly, a number of the investments are into new startup companies, which by their very nature are risky. There are, though, UK-based investments which are backed by the government feed-in tariff scheme, and these can pay long-term, consistent returns to investors. Due to the vast number of opportunities available, it's important for the advisor to add a large amount of value to the client relationship and use their knowledge of the sector in order to help their investors choose the correct projects to invest in. If you would like to further your knowledge on renewable energy, would like to purchase a copy of our recently published report, or if you or your clients are interested in investing in the sector, then please contact Intelligent Partnership. Thank you for watching.